Welcome back to She Got Game, where we highlight women's sports right here in North Texas. I'm your host, Michelle Montaigne, and today we're featuring a story of strength, sacrifice, and some serious hustle. Straight out of Oak Cliff, Dallas, Shurretta Chiccn Metcalf is a champion boxer in and out of the ring and has proven time and time again that she can overcome anything that life throws her way. From raising a son with autism to becoming a world boxing champion, Chiccn is fighting and winning on every front. And our very own Brittany Moncrief got to sit down with the world boxing champ and bring us her story. Brittany, how cool was that?
Oh, it was amazing. You know, behind the gloves and the glory is a mother who stepped into the ring for her family and came out a world champion. And tonight, we take you inside Shurretta Chiccn Metcalf's incredible journey from a single mom to world boxing title holder to community advocate, and the fight that started it all.
Hold on, where my bags at? Oh, here you go.
It takes grit.
I love this girl.
Yes,
and grind.
Here till 10 o'clock, Monday through Thursday.
To juggle these many hats.
I grew up here in Oak Cliff. I just was a person who had a lot of different hustle about me.
Shurretta Metcalf wears boutique, salon, and mobile bartending owner proudly.
You get to really just connect with people.
But no other title is greater than
I pretty much try to show them like, hey, you know, you can be your own boss.
Mom. She's a mother of 2 sons. Her oldest was diagnosed with autism at a young age.
My son was born in 2005, so we don't really know about autism like that at all. And I didn't even know about it.
But quickly learned.
To be a young mom at night crying, you don't know what's going on with your son. He just not talking. Like he shows emotions, but only to you. That was my first fight.
But certainly.
Hey everybody, the champ is here.
Not her last.
Hey there, mama. Look at you, looking all pretty.
Because to support her sons.
I started in boxing in the underground circuit.
Going by her childhood nickname, Chicken.
It was chicken sticks, because of my skinny legs. I just took the sticks off.
And with gloves on,
Good.
Shurretta took a jab at the ring.
It was probably like 2012. It started around that time. And I'm talking about no experience, no nothing. I just got in there. I never knew how long 2 minutes was until you got to fight for 2 long minutes, 3 rounds.
And they never fought before?
They never fought before. They just said, get in the ring.
Yep.
And just like that, Shurretta had a team in her corner.
1, 2.
Mostly women, from her mentor/promoter to her trainer, Christine Lopez.
1, 2, slip. Slip. There you go. Woo.
Anyone would tell you, takes no stuff.
It is great to find a close-knit family of women that support each other. There's no jealousy. We want each other to succeed.
And success is all Shurretta sees, gaining the attention of notable boxers like Floyd Mayweather. And now boxing professionally.
Welcome to the ring.
In September, weighing 116 pounds, Shurretta, aka Chicken, takes the world stage.
Shurretta Chiccn Metcalf.
Shurretta's new title, International Boxing Federation Bantamweight World Champion.
My heart dropped. I knew it in my head, I know I beat her. But to hear them say, and new, man, I was talking about, I'm just saying it just made me have chills on my body.
5 days after winning the belt, Shurretta turned 40 years old.
Never too late. If you have a desire and a passion, go for it.
And Shurretta is going for hers while giving back too. She rents out her salon to people who may not be able to afford long-term booth rentals. She also trains other boxers and is an advocate for domestic violence survivors and autism awareness.
I've been manifesting my life about this ever since I started, and when I started seeing the bigger picture of everything, when I started seeing how people was being behind me and how much work I was putting in, I said, yeah, this can't go to waste.
Even when the jab seems out of reach.
That I can do anything. It's something that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm unfamiliar with motherhood. I'm unfamiliar with autism, all that. And so I had to learn it. It's pretty much like fight. You got to be dedicated to whatever. And you put the work in, no matter what.
Even now carrying a world belt.
I keep it like a pistol.
As a world champ.
Yeah.
They don't go nowhere without
I ain't going nowhere without it. Ever since they mailed it to me, it's been with me.
it's still this title,
Hey, Ma, your crown heavy.
seen or unseen, that matters most.
Yes, I love you, baby.
In Dallas, I'm Brittany Moncrief.
Absolutely incredible. You know, Brittany, the first sport I ever started covering was MMA and boxing.
Really?
Yes. And those athletes have to be in such pristine shape. Like they have 0% body fat. For her to be winning at 40 years old
At 40.
is an incredible, as a mother, it's an incredible story. I think a lot of times, you know, our viewers and fans wonder, how do you even come across a story like this? How did you find Chiccn? How did you meet her? Tell us the background of this.
Well, you know, back in January, we went to the MLK march or the parade, and she just came in with this big ball of energy. She had her crew with her. They just were all just good vibes. And I'm like, who is this woman? You know what I mean? So, we go on social media, we're looking, and my husband's like, she's 40 years old. I'm like, no way, can't be. So I waved her down. I'm like, hey, and she came over to me. So I'm like, we have to do a story on you. Please let us do a story on you. And that was that.
I am so glad that she did, because listening to that was just inspiring, honestly. I mean, for you getting to know her and getting to see her in that element, what was your biggest takeaway from kind of the athlete and the person side of her story?
You know, overall, my biggest takeaway is it's never too late. You know, go after the goals that you have, the ideas that you have, no matter what people say, no matter what you look like, no matter what your age is. People will say, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yes, you can. You're exactly who you're supposed to be. So just go for it. I mean, look at Chiccn. And her next fight actually is coming up on July 11th and is streaming live on Netflix for the unified bantamweight champion title. And she just recently signed with professional boxer Jake Paul.
I mean, she can do it all, right? A world champion with the heart of a fighter, the soul of a mother. Brittany, there was so much to that conversation with Shurretta that we couldn't get to. So lucky for you. After the break, we've got her extended interview, and trust me, you will not want to miss this one. You gotta watch till the very end. That's coming up after the break. Welcome back. Well, we so enjoyed talking to Metcalf one-on-one, and I promise you that you won't regret waiting for the very end of this extended interview with her. For She Got Game, I'm Michelle Montaigne. We'll see you next time, and here is that one-on-one exclusive extended interview.
Everybody know me as Chiccn, the MF champ.
So first, starting off, tell me your backstory. How did you get into boxing?
I started in boxing in the underground circuit because they hit me up. They were like, hey, you want to fight? We're going to be throwing girls money. And I was just like, hey, I don't want to fight for free. So this is a great opportunity to make some money for, you know what I'm saying, for me and my kids. I'm a single mom. And it just blew up from there. Like every week I was fighting. The city was coming out. They would support me. It just became a really big thing. I got to meet Mayweather before I went to Miami and fought, and it was like so cool. And then a girl came from real boxing. Her name was Jasmine Clarkson. And she came to fight night and she beat me. So I said, well, I need to go to her world and be her. So that's literally what happened. And so we started fighting. I came number 5 ranked as an amateur. And then they hit me up. They were just like, hey, you want to go pro? We'll pay you this amount of money. And you know, in the amateurs, they don't pay you nothing. So I was just like, hey, I love fighting for money. So I went pro, and I started learning on the job. And now I'm a world champion.
So before you started boxing in the underground scene, had you ever boxed before?
I had never boxed before. Yes, I had a couple of street fights, but I wasn't even known for just going around fighting all the time. I was just a known person, but had be a hustler. Just everybody just know me. I'm popular from that, and I just fell in love with it.
Wow. So walk me through, and let's back up, because tell me a little bit about, for you, you know, what was it like growing up? Tell me a little bit about your backstory.
Yes, so I'm from Oak Cliff. I was born Methodist. Everybody, you know, you really Oak Cliff when you born at Methodist. Yes. And I went to O.W. Holmes. I went to Lincoln High School, Skyline. I went to those high schools as well. Life was fun. My mom, she's a hard worker. She's been working for DISD since I can remember. Like since I was in school, and she still like work with the transportation department right now. So my mom always been a great mom and do whatever she needs to do to take care of us.
Yeah. And you yourself, you're a mom too.
Yes, I'm a mom of 2. I have a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old. My 19-year-old is autistic, so I'm very big on autism awareness. I do the walks every year here, so I just love it.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that, because you said that you're a single mom, single mom of 2. What was that like for you? What was your experience like, raising 2 boys?
At first it was kind of hard because I was a young mom. I had my first child when I was 20. And then after a year or so, I'm noticing that my child is not doing some of the same things that I'm seeing other kids his age are doing. So I ended up going to the doctor. First they told me it was a speech impediment, or he just a little slower than girls. I mean, yeah, they said boys are slower than girls, but I wasn't really feeling that because I've seen some little boys that's doing more than my little boy. So I got more help and switched doctors. That's when we found out that that's when it was autism. And at that time, we didn't even know about autism. Yeah, so I'm studying with him. I'm learning what it is, and then I end up having another son, and he's 2 years after him, and which having him really helped me raise my oldest one, because while I'm trying to potty train him and do him, he just started doing it just because of just learning.
Just picking up on it.
Yeah, just picking up on it. So it was pretty much like that. It was hard. Being a single mother is hard, but it pushed me. I say that was my first fight with my kids. You know what I'm saying? That's my first fight. And that's what made me strong and be the woman that I am today.
Yeah. So I like that. I like that you said that was your first fight. What did you learn from that first fight?
That I can do anything. It's something that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm unfamiliar with motherhood. I'm unfamiliar with autism, all that. And so I had to learn this and be dedicated to this because this is my son. This is somebody who I'm raising. And it's pretty much like fight. You got to be dedicated to whatever. And you put the work in no matter what.
So tell me what you was doing before you got into underground boxing and you started fighting. What was you doing before that?
I pretty much was, you know say it on camera?
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
cool. I was an entertainer. Okay, I was an entertainer. And I used to work in the club and stuff like that, so that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah. And so what was it for you that, because I know you said people started coming to you to ask you if you wanted to fight. What was it that made them reach out to you like, hey, you should get involved in the fight scene?
Because people know that I am one of those people, you can just ask to do something. As long as we ain't nobody dying and going to jail, I'm probably down for it. So it was just like, yeah, you want to fight? They're going to be throwing money in the ring, and like y'all going to have gloves on and everything. I was like, shoot, I get up in there. And that's pretty much how it went.
Yeah. So how did you find out about the underground fights? Because I remember you telling me that you used to bartend. So how did you find out about the underground fights?
So they started being at one of the clubs that I was working at. And so they were just like, hey, you want to hop in on that? And pretty much that's how I didn't have to look no more because I was the main attraction. Yeah, so wherever I did, everybody was coming to. Pretty much now. Welcome to the chicken show.
Now, that first, when was that when you had your first fight, your first underground fight? Do you remember?
It was probably like 2012. It started around that time.
Yeah.
And like, I'm talking about no experience, no nothing. I just got in there. If I tell you that was the hardest fight in my life, I never knew how long 2 minutes was until you got to fight for 2 long minutes, 3 rounds.
And they never fought before?
They never fought before. They just said, get in the ring. Ooh. Yeah.
And so walk me through, like, what was in your mind during that first fight? Like, what you thinking about?
Shoot, I don't want her to beat me up in front of everybody. I didn't want her to beat me up, so I kept swinging.
So I'm just gonna keep swinging.
And you know what? I lost, but she ain't like beat the crap out of me. It was nothing like that. I don't even know how the judges was. I can't even remember like what it was. I just know she won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give her a win. Yeah, it's fighting. You win some, you lose some, but you live to see another day.
There you
Ain't
go.
that what they say?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
So what was it that made you get back up? Like having lost that very first fight, and then you hop back in and you keep going.
Oh, because a loss don't define me. You know what I'm saying? To me, a L is mean a lesson learned. So it didn't matter to me. I've lost we're black women. We lose every day. Even when we win, we lose. So it was nothing. I just got back in there. Like, look, they don't stop me.
I like that.
Yes.
How you get the name Chicken?
It was chicken sticks. Skinny legs. I just took the sticks off. I couldn't be in my real grown age being called chicken sticks.
So people just started calling you that, or?
No, it was a track name.
Oh, so
I
you ran track.
Yeah, I
Oh,
ran
okay.
track and cross country. Like, I've been an athlete my whole life. So just switching to boxing was still just another sport. I just had to learn that sport now, the technique and the fundamentals of that sport. But I pretty much ran track. I played basketball. I done played soccer before. I done been a cheerleader. I'm athletic.
You do it all.
I do it all.
So after you got into the underground scene and you noticed you started to win, what was you thinking then?
I can be a world champion. That's all I think. I said I used to start putting my hashtag future pro boxer, future world champion. Like I've been manifesting my life about this ever since I started. And when I started seeing the bigger picture of everything, when I started seeing how people was being behind me and how much work I was putting in, I said, yeah, this can't go to waste. I gotta make a name for myself behind this. So that's pretty much what it is.
So how you end up on the world stage?
How I end up on the world stage?
Yeah, walk me through that.
So a big promoter, Lou DeBella, ended up reaching out to me like in 2022. But at this time, I'm still with another promotion company, Kingdom Boxing. And so, but he was wishing me good luck. Just letting me know, hey, I'm watching, hope you get the belt, because we were going for a belt at that time. And so we just pretty much stayed in connections with that. And then after that, like some months later, I was just like, hey, Lou, I'm not with that company anymore. And I want to know, could I be able to fight for you? It'd be an honor because he's a well-known promoter. And within like a month or two, he was like, hey, I got you a fight. And that's when I had my first fight with him in Frisco at the Rough Riders Arena Stadium.
And then what happened after that?
After that, he allowed me to know, like, hey, you deserve a world title shot. You've been a pioneer of the sport. You've been putting in the work. And he gave me the opportunity when I fought Mio Yoshida the first time in New York for the IBF vacant Intercontinental belt, and I won. And so that put me in line for the world title shot.
All right, now you got to tell me how you got that world title shot. You got to walk me through it.
Okay, so after I beat Mio Yoshida, a month later, the world champion was fighting, but her opponent pulled out. And in women boxing, it's so crazy. You can lose and still, your next fight can still be for a world title. So, of course, they picked the loser of our fight, and she ended up beating the world champion. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So now, I'm thinking that the fight could be made easier now, though, because that girl trying to get that fight against her would be so hard because of who her promoter is and everything. But now, the belt is in the U.S., and it's under our same, me and the same girl signed to the same promoter, so we trying to get this fight happen. Well, I understand. Of course, you wouldn't want to fight me after I just whooped you how I whooped you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, she was not trying to give me my chance. And the fight got prolonged till I got my lawyers involved. And, hey, we just let them know we want the belt. And with this sanctioning body belt, if you don't fight your mandatory, they automatically make the person who was the mandatory, they make them the world champion. So it was either, so it pretty much was either you're going to give me the belt or I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Either way,
Pretty much.
It's my belt. It's my belt. Yeah.
So tell me about that fight.
It was such a fun fight, but I thought so much because all I know on my mind was you gotta really dominate the world champion when you're fighting the world champion. So it wasn't a box game how I usually fight. It was straight come forward and I'm finna try to rock your world. And that's pretty much what it was.
And what you did.
That's what I did. Straight jabs to the face.
So like when you going into a fight, what's your mindset like? What's that pep talk you give yourself? Are there words of like encouragement or sayings that you usually read?
I talk to myself, but I got my woman coach for them, my lady coach. She say, us women, we don't play, and she ain't nice.
What'd she tell you?
Yeah, she be telling me, especially if we fighting somewhere else and they're booing or something, she told my girl, we used to that. We ain't worried about that. they gonna be real mad when you whip her A. So you got somebody like that just in your head, to just crunk you up. So that's what gets me going, because I know that somebody's on the same level and they on whatever I'm on. Yes.
That's true. So when you fought for the bantamweight, what how did that feel when you realized you won? When they announced you as the winner?
My heart dropped, because I knew it in my head, like, I know I beat her. But to hear them say, and new, well, I was talking about, I'm just saying, it just made me have chills on my body, because it's a phenomenal feeling to know you got that win, to all the work you and your coaches done put in for years and years. I've been grinding this for years. Like I told you, I started in 2012, and I always said I'm a future world champion. And to hear that, it's surreal.
Yeah. So 2012, you started fighting underground scene. 2024, you win the championship title. How has your life changed in that time span?
It has changed a lot, especially with the fame. I'm getting notarized by. I've been at the NBA games, the Mavericks. They done shouted me out. Some people from Cowboys, they seen me and they were just like, "Hey, we got to get the world champ over here to our game." And so look, so it happened. It was the last game of the Cowboys season, so I couldn't get as much attention as the Mavericks did me. But I'm pretty sure new season come, they're gonna show me the same amount of love and everything. So it's just been a lot. I've been the Martin Luther King parades, one of the biggest parades in our city, everywhere I go, because of the fact that when I won the belt, 5 days later, I turned 40 years old. And so many women that's around my age group that's really like just happy to see that I'm really representing them, letting them know like, hey, it don't matter the age. If you can do it, do it. And that's what I'm doing.
You don't look 40, so.
Thank you. Shout out to water.
There we go.
Yes.
So, and you know, what message like would you want other women or just either kids, anybody to know too? Because winning a world championship title, 5 days later you turn 40. You know, what kind of message do you want to send?
Dreams come true. They definitely come true. With hard work and dedication, it always pays off. And I just stay at the goal. Don't matter what nobody tell you. Of course, somebody told me, "Oh, she don't fight that good to me. Oh, she's not all that." I don't listen to none of that, because at the end of the day, where your world champion fighter at? Where your, you know what I'm saying? Where's your good fighter? Any of that? So therefore, I am good. Yeah. I'm her.
Yeah, I'm her. I like
her.
that. I'm her. So, and then too, you know, being from Oak Cliff, you know, what do you want to, or what's your goal in representing your city, your hometown? Yeah,
so now I'm finna have my aunt that passed away last year. I'm finna have a domestic violence, because she was killed from her boyfriend. So I'm doing a domestic violence in a self-defense event that I got coming up. So I just want to do events of awareness for our women, and to be able to get resources out here for our women, because we're overlooked and they're hurting us. And I want to be a voice for that. I'm a strong woman, and people look up to me about being strong, and I want to put that out there.
Yeah. And then also too, because I know, well, before we get into this, you got to meet Mayweather. Yes. Tell me about meeting Mayweather.
Oh, I done met him a couple of times. When I met him the first time, I told you, when I was doing underground boxing, he actually gave me money. I had a video of him giving me the money and everything. So that really made me go off the market when that first happened. And then just in, what was that, 22, when he had the Mayweather gym, he actually came and opened our gym in Cedar Hill, and I was the head trainer. Oh, wow. So it was good to talk to him for a second and take pictures with him.
That's cool. Did you ever think that, you know, you'd be in the same room, let alone just beat them, shoot?
I never thought that it would, like, you know how hard it is to get close to Mayweather? Like, he got men like 5 times our sizes. You know what I'm saying? And he's just a weight. He's not finna be in the crowd with people. So it was amazing to have him just walking around. He doing the class while I'm teaching the class. He doing the classes and stuff too. So
really, yes,
that was a lot. I can tell people, yes, I'm a celebrity boxing trainer. I am. Yes, I am.
And that's cool too that you help train other people coming up. So how did you get into that?
I just love boxing. And so when I was able to teach other people, like, I started off with the kids, because The technique is way more than the men. So I just got into it and just fell in love with it. I love the results that I give people because boxing don't even just be for fighting. It be for fitness. I be talking to people who really just be going through things and they just want to hit stuff and talking to me because of my personality. So when they do that, it really is a release for a lot of people.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, is that a release for you? Like just things that you experienced over life?
Yes, it saved my life. I had an anger problem and just everything, and just now I can get mad, but I know it's consequences if I do something. So I feel like that's how boxing saved me. So it takes a lot. You have to like really pretty much mess with my kids to get me on another level.
To get you on another,
Yes.
yeah. So what do you, when you look back at, you know, your whole life and everything you've been able to accomplish, everything that you've gone through, how do you feel about you?
I'm excited about me. But one thing I always knew about myself was I was going to be somebody. I was going to be something of importance because when I was young, I always wanted to be around people who could uplift me as a kid. And I just liked the feeling. Like I didn't know exactly what it was, but it was the feeling that I would get and just talking to certain people and just seeing where the type of doors that could be open for me by me just being me. And so I done been down, but I done been up and I done seen some good things in my life. So I just knew that it was coming for me.
Yeah.
And like I told you before, what's for me is mine because God said so. Yes.
Nobody else but you.
Nobody.
And then, so you got world champ, you train, you give back to the community, you starting a domestic violence awareness organization, and you got your own salon, boutique, and mobile bartending. You got to tell me about all three of those.
Yes, my boutique salon, the headquarters, Deluxe Studios. I'm right there in Oak Cliff because that's where I'm from. Like, I want to really be in there with my people. Like, it's across from Redbird Mall. That mall used to be a mall when I used to get paid when I was young. That's the mall everybody go shopping at. Hey, hang out over there, Camp Wisdom, just period. So I went back over there where I'm from to get back in my community.
How important is that to you to get back to your community?
It's very important because I'm seeing how we're getting built up around there. They're really trying to invest in our people over there, and I'm part of them people. Yes.
Is that important to you to, like, no matter where you go, to always make sure that you're giving back to home and keeping home at the center of everything?
Yes. Like, Dallas is my home. I love Dallas. When I won my belt, when they were interviewing me, I said, this belt is for Dallas. This Dallas belt. Yeah. Yes. I love my city.
And I know you brought your belt with you today, right?
No, I keep it like a pistol. Yeah.
So don't go nowhere without me.
I ain't going nowhere without it. Ever since they mailed it to me, it's been with me.
What's that feeling like just having that belt, touching that belt, knowing that is yours?
I look at it. I mean, too bad I can't date it, you know, but but it's happy. I mean, it's part of history. I'm part of history. My coach and I think we might be one of the first women duo to even win a world title because I haven't really seen no other. Well, she said we are the first. She let me know. Yes. So we are like the first women duo to even do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we making history and we're crossing barriers.
And let's talk about that though too, because you know, to have women in your corner, your mentors, your coach, trainers, was that intentional? Was that
very intentional? I mean, it's intentional because they were put in my life for a reason. Like, yes, I wanted a women to be able to represent me, but it's intentional because they was put here for a reason. Like, my promoter, that's also my mentor, like, we didn't look for each other. It just, when we connected, it was connect. My coach, she my family. You know what I'm saying? She done been there with me when she barely even knew me. And then come to find out I really, really know her more than what I thought. Yeah, so any of her kids is my cousins. So it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's your village.
A village. And I'm very I'm happy and appreciative that I do have a village like that around me because I be needing it. Because sometimes I can be thinking they gonna bring, hey, Shurretta. No, that's them, and I be needing it.
Yeah, yeah. Keep that people that you know that's been there from day one, you know, that's close, that got your back no matter what.
Yes, I even done linked up with Miss Solomon from the Black Chamber of Commerce. Ever since she met me, she been talking to me, and she just see where my vision is, and she see that I want to help and just to be better, and she done came along too as well, and that's very helpful for me as well.
Yeah, how does that feel to have so many people in the community, like, you know, watching you and pouring back into you, just want to pour back into you?
It's a great feeling. I don't even know the words to pick. I need to pick like the echelon words. Yes, for this, because it's a lot. It's a good feeling, a great feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciative. I love it.
Yeah. And then my last thing too, because even with your sons, you know, when they watch you and they see all that you've been able to do, like what's the reaction that they have, and then how does that make you feel to see their reaction?
So I try not to cry because, you know, I try to be the tough mama and stuff, but it's happy. For my world title fight, I flew my kids in myself on my own dime and made sure they were there to witness this with their mama. And when I walked out, they had my kids like right there. And my oldest son, he said, "Showtime, mama, showtime." I was just like, "Yeah, baby, they look like I'm gonna cry." Yeah, they lit.
Yeah.
And they been lifting me from the jump to where the teachers done had to tell me, "Hey, your kids telling the other kids, my mama can beat your mama up." They can't be telling the kids that, they getting mad. Yeah, so I'm happy that my kids are happy for me, and because this is what I do it for.
Yeah.
They my purpose, they my everything.
And then my last question to you, and Mark might have some questions too. My last question to you is, when people look at you and they hear your story and they hear, you know, where you came from, everything that you've been through, the successes that you've had, what do you want them to take away from your story that they can carry on? Just anybody.
Anybody, that you can literally start from the bottom. And when you work your way up, there's so more at the top for you. Like, it's so hard to, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I'm saying it right because my story is, I mean, I never gave up. I never gave up. No matter what's the problem is, what they had. I done had losses, I done had everything. I done had diversity just happen to me outside of boxing, and I just kept going. So just never give up.
Yeah. It's that fighter in me.
It's that fighter in me. I just want to say I've been a fighter.
Yeah. Since day one.
Day one.
Now everybody else is just seeing it.
Yeah. They just now getting the perks of this.
Because I just thought about something too. When you came in, you're like, the champ is here. What does that mean to you?
The champ is here. Exactly what I said. I am here. I'm not going anywhere. That belt is mine. We're just going to collect more belts.
Hey, now.
Yes. I like to say that even when I call people, yes, it's the world champion on the phone. What's up? They say, you ain't going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I got to live. This is for me. Yeah. I feel good when I say it. So every time I train, I know that I'm the champ and they're not taking my belt. Yes.
Perfect. Anything I might have missed you want to add?
You want to say something, baby?
You see?
Hey, Mom, your crown heavy.
I love that.
Yes, I love you, baby.